Hello, I'm Alicia Davis,
And I'm Stacy Watson.
and we are the owners and coaches at Transformative Leadership Strategies. And today we are talking about one of the events that we do quarterly now. We used to do them monthly, but now we're doing them quarterly, which is our nonprofit leadership roundtable. Right. And this is open to really any leader. And we do a lot of work, most of our work in the nonprofit community, right, Stace? So,
Yes, that's right. With such an exciting and fun opportunity to come together as leaders who, are mission driven usually and really focused on making a real difference in the community and in the lives of the people that they serve and support. And it's just always a very inspiring conversation. And
it
this
is.
month or this quarter, I guess, we're talking about a topic that really came, I think, to the forefront with COVID, which is how
Yep.
do you manage and motivate a remote team? Because so many people who used to work full time in office settings are now either at home full time and have been for some time, or perhaps there's some kind of a hybrid model, right? Where they're at home some and at work some, but it's definitely different than it was.
Oh, it's definitely different. And even as we've been, doing these kinds, like we're doing a lot of webinars on this topic, right? And it's also supervisors who might be remote, who are managing
Yes,
teams who are, let's say, on site, right? Doing that direct care work, like residential programs or out in the
yes,
community doing home care visits, right? So it's even that dynamic. It's very different on how
it
to keep
is.
a team dynamic, both, just from a communication perspective, from an emotional connection perspective, right?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
and so let's just talk about a little bit about what we're going to explore in the conversation.
Well, I think part of it is just really figuring out how can I continue to offer support, just like you were saying. How can I support my team members, my colleagues, even though we're not able to go around the water cooler and chat or have lunch together, go to happy hour or whatever. I mean, none of those things are really happening for most of us right now. And yet we want to feel connected. We want to feel connected to each other and we want to
That's
feel
right.
connected to the organization. So we're going to talk a little bit about how we can be super purposeful in that and how we can really create, I don't know, just that sense of connection, even when we're physically not connecting in the same ways.
That's right. That's
And I
right.
think
It's
we're
like,
also going to talk a little. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, well, I was just going to say, it's just like, it is that being intentional, and I
Yes.
think I was just having this conversation in one of the sessions that I just facilitated, which is, you get a feeling standing next to someone,
You
you get an
do.
energy, right? There is literally a connection that happens. And this is a two-dimensional screen we're all living on right now. And it is just
That's right.
very, very different.
It really is. And I think we're also going to talk a little bit about just how all of the boundaries have gotten so blurry. So for those of us who
Right.
have been spending more time at home, and if we're working at home, we're helping perhaps our kids at school at home, we're, managing our homes at home, all of a sudden it can be really difficult to know when to turn one piece on and one piece off. And
That's right.
so I know that many people are feeling just deep levels of exhaustion. And I think part of it is because we're not restoring ourselves because we never turn off.
That's right. And even, some of the feelings that are coming up that we hear around feeling guilt about even
Yes.
like stepping away from the computer to go have lunch, or to, if like people are
Yes.
just feeling if they're not staring at the computer, they're not being productive. And just, how can, as a leader, how can you, for yourself as well as for your team, right? How can you just begin to clarify expectations around that and just really help people feel, just better, or, if they're feeling guilty or anxious, like how to just begin to support them in thinking about it and feeling differently, like it is okay for them to take care of themselves throughout the day because they need to, right?
Yes.
Just like you as a leader do, right?
That's
So
right.
those are all the things
Exactly.
that we're going to talk about.
Right.
And
And,
right.
every organization has handled this differently. And what we know from all of the sessions we've ever done with these leaders is we all learn from each other. So please join us. And if you have some strategies that have really seemed effective in your organization, please come and share because we can all learn. And one thing this pandemic has reminded me, we are all in this together. So let's all
That's
share
exactly right.
our, knowledge and experience and support with each other and have a great session together.
That's right. So it's virtual. It is Tuesday, March 23rd from 9 to 10:30, and you can click on the link that's here and register on Eventbrite. Feel free to also email us info@tlstransforms.com. So
And
thanks so much.
I think you said
Oh,
this, but there's no fee.
oh yeah,
It's
no,
just
it's
open
free.
to anyone. Yeah.
Just come
Okay.
on and join us. I
Come
did
on and
not
join
say
us.
that, so glad you said that.
All right.
All right.
Thanks
So thanks,
everybody.
everyone. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.